Whether you're needing a part 100 a month or you need a part 100,000 a month, we have the tonnage, we have the bed size.
This part requires all 144 inches of our 600-ton press.
From 20,000 thick up to 1/4 inch. We basically like challenges. We like hard parts. When it comes to metal stamping, Boehm's the name.
For precision metal stampings.
Boehm is the name.
Boehm is the name.
Boehm is the name.
For metal stamping.
Boehm is the name, don't forget it.
Boehm is the name for quality metal stamping. Our attitude towards customers is they always come first. Whatever it takes to get the customer their parts on time.
How we set ourselves apart, we're going to kill you with service and engineering. We're going to come in and help solve the problem. Even if it's not our problem, we're coming in to help you solve a problem. We're a very family-oriented company. We care about our customers. We service our customers.
Everybody here is family. Everyone genuinely cares for each other. Everyone takes pride in their work.
I love working here.
We do more for our customers. If they need something quickly, we'll get it for them. A case in point, one of our mining customers who were short on some parts, needed them expedited. We've had the tool set in, material arrived yesterday, we're running their parts today.
And we have some younger engineers here that are just keep it simple. He doesn't over-engineer things.
I'll take a part that the customer wants. I'll run that through our fast blank software. I'll use the least amount of steel as possible to create the part, which reduces the part price.
We've got the in-house talent to be able to work through the prototyping process. We don't have to go outside for that. Gets us to the prototype process quicker.
A lot of these people have worked here for more than 5-10 years, so you build a real strong relationship.
27 years, sir.
I joke with Don Staley, our purchasing manager. He's been here since before I was born.
I've been here a little bit over 40 years. I like working here. It's a very stable company. Always has been.
Most of us are design engineers or tool builders by trade. I was the lead manufacturing engineer here at Boehm Press Steel for the last 10 years or so, before I moved up to operations manager.
I'm a design engineer. I've been here 20 years.
24 years.
My father and I built tooling for this company almost 30 years ago.
We have all in-house engineering, all in-house tooling. We do all in-house die repair. So that's all controlled, and I think that gives us an advantage also. We go up to 15 inches in diameter, 8 inches deep in a draw at 30,000 thick material. We go up to 600 ton, 144 inch bed, so we've got some size.
We have from 150 to 600 ton automatics, and we have several inline presses up to 400 tons.
We have Minsters, Blisses, and Blaus. These are called single head presses. If you have small volume, we'll build a cheap tool. The piece price will go up a little bit, but we can single hit those tools.
We've got approximately 6 die makers that work in this area. And we have the CNC lathes, CNC mills. We have our surface grinders.
We have the ability to look at many different kinds of parts. We're not afraid of small volume.
Bring me your tough parts, we'll make them all day long.
I'm responsible for bringing in this raw material to get your product out on time. I bring in about 1,500,000 pounds of raw material every month.
Boehm does do a lot of automotive stamping. We're a tier 2, we're not a tier 1 company. And a lot of it's bracketry. If you're to tear a dash apart, there's a rod that runs from side to side. They weld all these brackets on for the radio, the glove compartment. We make those kind of brackets under the engine. We make a lot of parts inside the motor for the oil burner.
And we have a lot of mining jobs that we deal with, and we have to make sure they're perfect.
If you're a golfer out there, you'll recognize this. We currently produce this bracket that holds the parking pawl to release the hill brake.
We make a lot of gas caps for the racing industry.
The largest part we make is a housing end cap for a high pressure power washer.
We're into lighting, we do communications, we do vending machines, we do heating and air conditioning. It doesn't matter the industry. We save them money, we keep costs down, we give them a better quality part.
And it has to be a perfect part.
A conversion, we can go from casting to a die stamping. If you can do a casting to stamping and save a lot of money, you get to be a hero pretty quick. We have a vice president that likes to say yes to everything. I mean, if it's a hard part, he brings it back, we sit at a table, and it goes around this table, And all of a sudden, this guy's got an idea. By the time he gets around, we figured out how to make that part. Even though we thought he was crazy and there's no way you could make it, he's a visionary, and a lot of the parts are in here because of him.
Boehm's the name.
Boehm is the name.
Boehm is the name.
Since nobody wants to pay for a tool, how are we going to get this out and be competitive?
A typical tool can run you anywhere from $50,000 to $200,000, depending on the part.
This right here is an example of a Prox tool.
Prox tooling.
We call this Prox Tool Building.
Because the only thing they own is what's in proximity to their part.
It's very unique to Boehm.
Where you only pay for what touches your part.
Boehm owns the mother shoe.
So all the customer needs to buy are the inserts that go into the tool.
Punches and rings that actually manufacture the part.
We own the rest of the tool, which keeps the cost of tooling down.
Less upfront investment for the customer.
We save anywhere from 40 to 60%.
And that helps us get them in with a pretty inexpensive tool.
So it's helped us get a lot of work over the years.
And our tooling's also unique because it's guaranteed for life of the project.
For the life of the program, unless you do an engineering change,
We guarantee that part coming off there is like your PPAP part or your first approval part.
we'll never go back to you saying this dissection needs replaced. So our tools are built very good right off the top.
It's a huge cost saving. All the operators are all responsible for their quality.
Every press has a gauge, and at every hour the operator has to check on this gauge, and QC has to.
That simple gauge will check the same readings you get on the CMM.
We actually do double the work because we want to make sure we get good parts for the customers.
We have 100% confidence in our gauge.
What we do for the mining industry is a crop conveyor. In other words, if you see coal, dirt, rocks running on a belt out of a mine or something, they have to run on rollers. And those rollers have end caps in the end with where bearings and seals go in. We make those end caps. They're very precise, drawn parts to make sure that the inside bore and outside diameter are very concentric to each other.
At Boehm, we have something very unique at the end of our die. We have a patent on it. It's called a floating cutoff station.
And what it does is it allows the punch to pick up and locate on the part. It holds our concentricity. That way the center of the part to the outside of the part is concentric.
We can hold concentricity on a part of a total of up to 6,000 total indicator readings. As if you didn't have the floating station, your concentricity on a round part from the bore to the outside diameter could run you up to 15, 20 thousandths.
So when it picks that bore up, it slides it, moves it, and aligns it to that outside diameter, cuts it, it's done.
It's happening at 50 strokes a minute, 60 strokes a minute. It's happening every time that press comes down.
When we started this project, they were using a plastic part, and it's a very expensive blender, and it had a plastic cover. And a lot of their customers are saying, if I'm spending $500 to $700 for a blender, I don't want plastic. They were hand sanding that part and painting it to make it look like that.
A lot of shops in the area said that it could not be made in one piece.
That's too deep a draw to do in stainless steel, so we had to come up with a way to get around that. So we went with a deep draw material. We put 2 robotic cells in. Those robots were totally designed for this project. And we run it through a robot that brushes lines in it, and we clear coat it. And that's how we get to the point of the stainless steel look.
The robotic cells are capable of making approximately 14,000 parts per month. Lights out 24 hours a day. They're part of our family too.
We save the money from going from plastic to metal.
I could sit here and tie up your whole afternoon telling you how great we are, but you're going to find that out in a 20 to 30 minute tour. So if you can take the time to come out and visit our plant, see what we do firsthand, you won't need me to tell you much after that.
Boehm, bam, Boehm.
Boehm, Boehm.
Beam. You don't want to say beam. Mr. Boehm gets mad about that one.
The name is Boehm.
Boehm's the name.
Boehm is the name.
For quality metal stampings.